Welcome to That Show with Matt Giles. I'm your host, Wildford B. Hayes. As always, today I'm joined by my friends Joel Wilmot and Mason Reed. We're going to talk about some memes, talk about what we did this weekend, and then we're going to talk to Don Darryl Rivera. He is on Broadway as Iago in Disney's Aladdin. He's an awesome guy. He's also well known and loved in the Seattle theater scene, doing some great work throughout the years. So that's the show today. The rest of the week, we're going to take off Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we'll be back Thursday with author Dennis Millum Binsey. He authored Shorn, Toys to Men, and Flit, a book of poetry, and a couple other things. He's also a hairdresser to the stars. Maybe he'll talk about that a little bit. And then Friday, we've got Corey Gray from LIGO Institute. I think he's a lead. I forget his name, or his title. But we're going to talk about space and time and how Einstein was right about everything. It'll be fun. So if you want to check those out, if you want to be notified when that's going to happen, click that follow button. It's super easy. It's super fun. And we're just looking for a few more to happen this week. And we'll get over that affiliate threshold. It'll be great. Cool. Also, we've got Tim's Tavern Live. Those shows are happening Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday this week. The weekdays are at 4 p.m. Pacific, and the weekends are 11:30 Pacific. They're going to be good shows. Cool. Let's bring on Joel and Mason. Talk about some stuff. Hey guys, how's the weekend?
It was okay. You guys were busier than me.
That's true. We did a.
What day is it?
I think it's Monday. It's Monday.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, my clock says it right here. 4:13
Excellent.
Monday.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Back in the old world, Mondays were always my day off.
Oh yeah, that's pretty typical of theater
What are
world
you-
too.
What are you calling your day off now? Do we have one? Or is it just all, they're just days?
Well, here on the Goat Ranch, the day off is like a day when we don't do yard work. We do other projects or something, like a inside day or whatever.
Yeah.
That makes sense. When's the last inside day you had?
Last time it rained, probably. It's been a couple. We've been working pretty hard. We've been getting the garden boxes in and, moving dirt around.
Yeah, that's cool.
Working on some fencing for a new goat pen, and I don't know. I'm just helping my brother-in-law out with whatever he needs. And my sister.
I know you're doing potatoes. What else are you growing in the garden?
Oh man, she's growing everything, everything. You name it.
Do you have bees to help pollinate?
So we get our bees. She lost her bees last winter, so we're getting new one. They should be here on Tuesday, tomorrow.
Are they honeybees, cutter bees? You know what type?
Yeah, honeybees for honey.
Oh, nice. All right, that'll be cool.
But we don't eat the honey. We don't eat the honey because we're vegans. Yeah, out here.
You got something in your eye? You need a mirror. Either way, they'll help pollinate. We're looking at getting some little cutter bees, and I forget the other style. Mason bees. There we go. But we're not getting honeybees. So
Those are the solo ones, right? The
right.
Masons?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get the little houses for them.
Yeah, we got one
Like
with
little-
little straws in a PVC tube.
Yep.
And they'll stay there. And then supposedly they'll lay there, and you can freeze them over the winter and then have them again next year. So we're going to try that.
Really?
Yeah. Is that what
Freeze
happened,
the
Mason?
bee?
Did your bees freeze? Did you just wait to thaw them out?
I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure what happened. Something, they got an infection or something.
Oh, that's no fun.
Yeah.
Oh. Cool.
I
Well,
didn't
that
know you
sounds-
froze bees. It
What's
makes
that?
sense, though. I didn't know you froze bees, but it makes sense that they kind of like go into cold storage on their own, because what else would they do in colder climates? Because they don't really,
Yeah.
they don't really migrate. I don't think their lifespan is long enough to migrate.
I don't think it's the whole bee either. I think it's
Their
the
larvae.
larva. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Nutty.
Mason and I were busy this weekend. We did 2 Tim's live shows.
I watched.
And one of them, I don't know what happened with Stone and Matney, but their phone got disconnected or something, and I had to switch back to them. And they're the drunken storytellers, and they tell some, body stories or maybe some other, like, non-typical happy time stories. And I cut back at the most inopportune moment, and I'm glad Mason was able to describe that they were just telling a story. But it was
Yeah, I don't think he meant that to be on the air, what he was talking about. Because then he after he was like, "Oh, you're back on the air," and he goes, "Oh, do I have to start my story over?" And she said, "Yeah." And then he started telling a completely different story.
He did tell a different story. Yeah.
When we got back to him, he was talking about all sorts of very awkward things. That I don't. Hopefully, he doesn't rewatch the episode.
No, I'm gonna cut that out of anything else that goes on YouTube. You can check out Tim's Tavern soon on YouTube, right, Mason? We're trying to launch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube channel launching. The channel's there. Tim's Tavern Seattle, I think it is. Or Tim's Tavern YouTube channel, but the videos will start getting posted probably today, I think.
Oh, nice, cool. And then the same with
Got
this
a lot
show.
of archives.
What?
There's lots of archives that we're putting up of some shows that happened that you did, Wiley, when when the bar was open, and then we've got the archives going up of the live streams we've been doing too.
Yeah, it'll be good. I think there's 20 videos that I got up over the weekend, and there's more to come. So, same with this show. You can go to Bricolage Studios on YouTube, and these shows will be archived there after they go off of Twitch. It'll be good. Cool. Do you want to look at some memes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Meme,
I'm just here for the song.
Meme. I don't like that one. I gotta go back to the original. Meme review. Meme review.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so me. Being quarantined with a talkative child is like having an insane parrot super glued to your shoulder. This is topical for 2 reasons. One, it's so true. My mom used to say, "I'll pay you $5 if you just sit in that chair for 5 minutes."
Stop.
I never got the $5 ever. And the second reason,
who could be quiet longest with my cousins. That was one that my uncle would do to us once in a while.
Yeah.
Okay, here it is, and you sit there and stare at each other like. My cousin was really into it, and after the second time, I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm being had. I'm not going to get anything out of this." But it's fun to see my cousin squirm. So I played along.
Yeah. I would never last. I was not the quiet one. It's also fun because Iago in the animated Aladdin is a parrot. And Don Darryl Rivera is Iago on Broadway. I'm excited. All right. Number 2, essential workers trying to process the 35th policy change in the last 3 weeks, which is Chris Farley's hair. Chris Farley. I no longer have to hear the policy changes at work, but this was true. The last 2 weeks that I was there, there was just new thing after new.
Yeah,
thing.
I don't get email updates anymore, so I don't know.
Yeah. Mason, how many policy changes did you have at Tim's?
We just closed. There was only one change. Don't come back to work till this is over.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. This one was actually posted in the work because we do have a text chat, and it's topical for the Seattle Reps next season, but it's a Jaws reference.
Bruce.
Yeah. Next season, Seattle Rep is doing Bruce, a musical based on the making of Jaws.
It is not about Jaws. It's about the making of Jaws.
It is about the making of Jaws. And for those of you that don't know, that shark, they affectionately nicknamed it Bruce while filming the show. So this is a fun one for the Rep family.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And a lot of the mechanics didn't work like they were supposed to. So they ended up changing the script and made it a lot more suspenseful. You were supposed to see the shark a lot more often, but because the prop wasn't working quite right, they changed things and, you know, made it into a good movie. So that's kind of what a musical is talking about, is how adversity builds better art sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think there's more to it than that, but also my light went
It's
out.
good. It's a good starting point.
Yeah. Pardon my reach. Yeah, that wasn't nauseating. All right, one more. This isn't even a meme. This I saw on the Seattle subreddit. It's a picture uploaded by the username Jimmy Scrambles. Thanks, Jimmy.
It's a great name.
It's nice to see Seattle looking good.
Yeah.
I keep waiting for the public market side to come into focus.
Right about now, rack focus.
Oh, shot.
Nope. Still not happening.
No.
It's a good shot, though. I like it.
But
Yeah, they should have taken it at 420, though. That would have been the shot.
So close.
They were, yeah.
So close.
About 15 minutes too early.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's appropriate for Seattle.
Yeah.
I haven't been downtown in a month. Like, it's weird.
Yeah, I
Me
haven't.
neither. I haven't been downtown. Last time I was downtown, Wiley, was when I came and saw True West at Seattle
nice.
Theater.
Yeah. That was a good show.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Great deal on beers down there. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, I told them that I told front of house, Lance, who works in front of house, that things were cheap, and he said, "Yeah, because it's not our main business. Our main business is, you know, inviting people into our space and showing them some good theater." So it was a philosophy. It was a choice to not gouge
that's
people
good.
on food and concessions.
Well, it's not gouging. You don't want to give this stuff away. When he told me that the Rainier Tall Boys were $3, I mean, everywhere else in town they're $5. He could have gone 4 and split the difference.
Yeah, it's true. You know what, Mason? I didn't tell you this that night, but you were so astonished at how cheap the prices were that I didn't offer up my staff discount. You could have gotten them even cheaper.
Damn it!
Buck 50. It was there for to be taking.
Yeah.
I had 3 beers that I think during the show, so you owe me $1.80.
All right. Cool. Well, let's check in with Don Darryl Rivera.
Yeah.
He's waiting. Let's see. Hey, how's it going?
It's going very well. How's it going with you guys?
I'm doing
Great,
good.
Don.
First of all, I'm super excited that you were able to join us. I think you're an awesome person, an awesome actor, and a really big get for this little podcast. So thanks.
Listen, thank you for having me. I'm just a little actor from Seattle, quite literally.
I can't make short jokes, so I'm just gonna enjoy that.
How are you?
No, I got them. They're falling out of my pockets. It's good.
So how are things? You've been off for a while now, right?
Yeah, I think this is day. Oh my goodness, 31 or 32.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Maybe 30-ish, around there. I've lost count. I don't know where I am.
Yeah, and originally Broadway was hoping to come back this week, and
That's right.
They just postponed it a little bit further, right?
That's correct. Yeah, they just the Broadway League announced that they are hoping to come back June 7th. So Broadway ticket holders are hopeful that we'll be back soon.
Yeah. I'm hopeful for sure.
As well as the Broadway casts,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure,
Everyone.
right?
Exactly.
Really yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. How many people are in the cast of Aladdin?
This is a great question. I have there are 35 cast members. There are 16 dressers. I believe it's 22 crew. And then we have a 16-piece orchestra with a real grand piano in our pit. I think we're the only Broadway
Yeah.
show that has a real grand in our pit. But all in all, I believe it's 181 people that make our show happen every night.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big company of people,
And then
and
multiply.
super loving.
And what?
Super loving. We like have parties all the time. Yeah,
Nice.
it's good.
That's true. I see that from afar. I'm friends with a couple other people who have been in the cast throughout, and just the amount of love. Like even when people are coming backstage to hang out with you, like you do 8 shows a week.
Oh yeah.
But everybody's so excited to just hang out with other people and show them around. And
It's true. I mean, like I hear that. Once we've been in our show now. This is the beginning of our 7th year. So I personally have done the show over 2,500 times, and like, I don't think I'd be able to do that if I didn't love literally everyone in that building. It's like, we prank each other, we hang out. It's like it's the best. It's my family away from my family.
yeah, that's awesome. And it doesn't hurt that you have an actual grand piano.
Right? It's a real grand, and it has MIDI capabilities as well.
Wow.
It's very fancy down there. I've been there a few times.
I can't remember the last time I've heard a real grand piano in a musical. It's been a while.
It's been a while. It's really heavily used in A Whole New World, the new orchestrations for it. So I think that's why they pushed for the grand.
Nice. And I saw it before when it was on regional tryouts, but I haven't seen it on Broadway. Did they keep Proud of Your Boy?
They did keep Proud of Your Boy.
Nice.
They shuffled the order around a little bit. So Babcat, Gomar, Aladdin, Kasim actually happens later in the show. So we don't learn too much about the 4 of them at first, but we learn more about Aladdin.
Oh, nice. That's cool. Yeah, that was a fun song to add back in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's very good, and all of our Aladdins like kill it every night. It's like even after running around the stage for 6 minutes doing one jump, like literally jumping off of buildings and like running on carts, and then just like singing a beautiful Alan Menken ballad. Like, they're superheroes out there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You're a superhero too, though. You've got
listen.
You've got some of the best lines in the show, I think.
I agree with you.
That's awesome. Hey, so if people want to follow you or know more about you, I know you've got an Instagram, right?
Yes.
What is that handle? Yeah.
It's Don Darryl Rivera. Darryl has Darryl. There I am. Look at me. There's my daughter. There's my boss right there.
Yeah, awesome mouse.
The chairman.
The chairman.
Yeah.
We there's a lot of me there.
That's kind of appropriate, I think.
Yeah, right? There's Lin-Manuel. He's a good guy.
Oh, he came backstage? I'm gonna click on that one.
He did come backstage.
Yeah, look at that.
He's the coolest. He's been to our show actually a few times. He was friends with the original Genie. And there's Gilbert, who I've met now on several occasions, and is literally like one of the sweetest people and quietest people I know, which is totally like, sorry Gilbert if I'm exposing you, but he's just so nice.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
He does tell a great aristocrats joke too, but
it's my favorite. I think his and maybe Bob Saget's is my favorite on that movie.
Yeah, yeah, that's Bob Saget. Yeah, it's funny. I haven't gotten as into him as a lot of people, but you're right. In that movie, those two are good. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like he doesn't. He's like a mainstream comic, but he's not a mainstream comic. It seems like, right?
Which one, Gilbert or Bob Saget?
Bob Saget.
Yeah. Well, he's mainstream because he's a Tanner, right, from Full House.
Right.
But yeah,
right.
Not because of his comedic career. Yeah.
It's dirty comedy.
Yeah. Yep. And also, you told me, I'm going to pull this up too, that you're on Cameo.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, there you
So There I am. Look at me. I'm on Cameo right now. I'm actually donating 100% of my profits to Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS. So if you want me to send you a little message for your Broadway fans, your Disney fans, or your theater fans in general, I'm so happy to do that, and the money goes to a really great cause.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS. They've been doing a lot for many years.
That's right.
And I think that's great that you're supporting them.
Yeah, we do 2 fundraisers every year for them, and I just love talking to our audience and like building them up to donate to them, because they honestly do so much, not only for the community that lives with AIDS, but like actors in general and like disaster relief funds all over the world. So their outreach is huge, and they love doing what they do, and that makes me so inspired to fundraise for them and help them do their thing.
Yeah, for sure. That's super cool that you're helping them out.
I love it.
So yeah, I encourage everybody to go to Cameo. I'm thinking about doing it later today. Even I haven't figured out like what message I need. What's a good message? What messages do you like doing the best?
Well, I like doing. I've gotten a lot of happy birthday ones. I've actually gotten a few. Hey, my kid just got cast in Aladdin Jr. and they're playing Iago. So if you can like give them some tips, or and I usually like do it in costume backstage. But also like I like doing. Sorry, you didn't get the job.
You said that in your promo, which is hilarious. Yeah.
So I actually reached out. They were like, yeah, they didn't get cast in that show. If you could just, and I'm like, yep, I got you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a real thing that happens a lot, right? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. They say for actors, you hear one yes for every 100 no's.
Ooh, yeah. It just takes a lot.
And that's if you're a good actor.
Yeah.
Right? Listen.
Cool. I'm looking at I had some other things. Oh, I was curious what you were doing to keep busy, since you said 30 days.
So what I've kind of realized about being home is how much I'm not at home. I have a 4-year-old daughter, Eloise, and because the nature of theater, we perform at night, usually and all weekend. I never really get to put her to bed. So like for the past month, like bedtime is like awesome. My wife has some really great voices for these characters in these books, and just being a part of that, like as a family, has been really, really great, actually.
That's super cool. That's the best way to do it.
Oh yeah, and like lots of Hungry Hippos. We've been playing a lot of that. Like, the day that they announced that we were gonna postpone all the Broadway shows, I literally ran out to Target and I like supermarket sweeped the board game aisle, and I got everything I could. And like we have lots of family game nights.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Everybody else is going for the and you're going for the board game.
Yeah, that's right. Right?
Yeah.
I lucked upon some toilet paper a while ago, so I think we're okay.
That's good. That's good. Mason's got one. He's hanging out at the goat ranch at his sister's, and then I bought one during the pandemic. But bidets, it's the way to go.
Oh yeah, actually, quite a few Broadway actors have turned to bidets. I'm not sure. It scares me a little.
Change your life.
Change your life. Yeah. The thing I'm finding out about mine is it has warm water, but if you don't like sort of flush out the system, I guess
run
beforehand,
the sink next to it for a minute.
It doesn't get warm enough in time for me. So maybe I need one with like a tank of hot water.
I think my sister's one, when you sit down on the seat, it starts the hot water. He starts heating up the water because you can hear it crank on.
See?
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
See,
you bought a
fancy.
fancy one. I bought one
fancy.
that was a third of the price.
Yeah.
But
we are saving on toilet paper.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, it's something. What board game? So Hungry Hippos seems to be the popular one. What's the one that you haven't
Daddy's
touched?
favorite. Oh gosh. Um, well, we've kind of touched them all,
Oh, nice.
but Kate and I we played Bananagrams once. My wife and I played Bananagrams once, and I won. And so we haven't played that since. We always win.
Is that the
She's so
game?
good at like everything. Yeah.
It is.
Oh, that's funny. That's it's like so like is it the game or is it you won?
Well,
It's like,
I I don't know. I'd have to ask her, but she probably won't answer me.
I'm curious to know.
yeah.
And remind me, so you have little tiles like Scrabble, and you put together words with bananagrams. Are they fake words
Correct.
or are they real words?
They're real words,
They're
and
real
it's
words.
kind of freestyle. I mean, you still have to play on a grid, but
Yeah.
it's freestyle. And then every time you finish all your tiles, you say peel, and then you grab another tile, and you have to keep adding to your words or make new words. And
Right.
once everyone's done, whoever says banana first wins.
Banana.
Banana.
That's a similar
Really?
story to the last time I played Scrabble with Colleen, my partner.
Yeah.
I also won, and we have not played it again. I didn't ask her why.
Right? Listen.
I got lucky. I think she let me spell a few words that weren't real, but cool.
Awesome. Awesome.
The last thing I had was I know you're not only an employee of Disney, you're also a huge Disney fan.
I am. I proposed to my wife at Disneyland, actually.
Oh, I forgot about that. I do remember
Yeah.
seeing pictures.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Was it
it's
right?
dream
Which
job.
one was it? Disneyland? Is that what you said?
Disneyland. Yeah, we since we lived on the West Coast, like it was just easier to get to. I mean, it's like a 2.5 hour flight to LAX. And Kate and I would sometimes go, like before we had kids, or before we had a kid, we would go for a day. We would literally like fly out at 6 a.m., like do the parks all day, and then fly back that night. And it was like a fun day thing. That's actually like one of the first times we hung out. We were doing If You Give a Mouse a Cookie at Seattle Children's Theater.
Yeah.
And they extended our show like twice or something like that, but they needed to take a few days off. And so it was me and Kate and our friend Case. We all went to Disneyland for a day, and it was awesome.
That's super fun.
Yeah,
And
I'm a
that
big-
was the day you proposed? Was during?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was like
That was just-
one
yeah,
of the first
thing to do.
times we like hung out. But I proposed actually like 8 months into our relationship, and we've been together ever since.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you two are super cool. So it works.
Listen, well, we try, or we don't try. That's cooler. I
Oh,
guess.
there you go. There you go.
You were saying when we were chatting earlier that you were just at recently, not just at, but recently at Disney Paris.
Yes.
How was that?
Yeah. It's I have to say it's the most beautiful Disney park I think that I've been to. I've only been to Disneyland, Disney World, and Paris Disney, but it's really gorgeous because like you can't fake like all that beautiful enchanted fairy tale architecture there because you're in Europe. So like they really did their research and they really upped it. It's quite, both parks are actually pretty astonishing. There's actually a dragon that lives underneath the castle at Disneyland
Right on.
Paris. And you can go down there and visit it, and it's actually kind of scary. Eloise was totally not into it, but it's the only Disney park that has a castle that lives underneath it.
Wow.
Wow.
I didn't
That's
know
really
that
cool.
part.
No,
Yeah.
that's I want to go now. I'm a big fan of the parks. I like the parks. I have two daughters, and we did the parks when they were younger, and they're great. They drink the Kool-Aid. They make your experience as a parent pretty epic.
It's incredible,
Yeah.
right? Because I mean, like,
Yeah.
you really don't have to think about anything. It's kind of
true.
all done for you,
Yep.
which I found interesting about Disneyland Paris because, like, they're European, so they're like, "You good? Okay," and then they like leave you for 3 hours, and you're like, "Wait, I don't know what to do next." But like, it was still magical.
That's funny. Yeah, I can see that. I was comparing the parks here in the States, the one from the other, and the West Coast one has my heartstrings, but the East Coast one, they do subtle things differently, from like the way they tape out the streets for the parades, and when they in line getting into lines for all your rides, somebody comes out and organizes all the strollers every
Oh yeah,
10 minutes or so, and they
yeah.
do it in LA, but not quite at the same level. But all these little teeny things just make it unconsciously better, made it like just nicer and friendlier. I always thought it was really interesting. There's subtle differences between each one, and I was like, well, how come they don't talk to each other? It's like,
Yeah, right.
yeah,
My
I mean,
favorite was my favorite thing to do at Disneyland Park is the popcorn test. You get some popcorn and you dump it out a little bit out on the sidewalk, and you see how long it takes for somebody to come sweep it up.
It's not long. It's not long.
Never more than
Do you
2
stand
seconds. Like,
over it while it's
30.
happening?
12
like
seconds.
you put the popcorn on the sidewalk, and there's like 3 guys sweeping it up instantly. It's amazing.
That's incredible.
I like that you're testing the pit crew. Like, how quickly can you do this?
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite food at the parks?
Oh my goodness, that's a great question. Kate and I have a tradition of doing a turkey leg.
Yeah. You gotta
So we'll
do
do
that.
that.
Yeah.
But we've actually, let's see, Disney World doesn't have a Blue Bayou, or they don't have a restaurant inside of Pirates, but they do in Paris. So I think that's probably my favorite meal, is like going and sitting down and watching the boats kind of go by.
Yeah. It is fun. It's slightly romantic, and the Monte Cristo is so good.
Oh yeah, I'll agree with that. Dole Whip.
Yeah,
Dole
that's
Whip.
what I was gonna say. That's my favorite
That's
treat,
where it's at
actually.
for me.
Yeah.
There's a restaurant actually in New York that opened like a few blocks away from the theater. They do like for real Hawaiian food, which I'm like all for, because they're like the only restaurant in New York that does Hawaiian food. And they do a Dole Whip, but they also do a Pog Whip, which is out of this world crazy good. Very, very good.
What is
What is
that
that?
flavor?
Pog is passion fruit, orange, guava.
Oh, right.
Oh.
It's amazing. It's very good.
That would be good as a whip. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I go, I have to get a Dole Whip. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
the turkey legs are good, but I'm a Dole Whip, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I, of course, in this time of isolation, or sitting at home watching lots of YouTube, I have watched several online bartender shows, and the one I just came across last week was Dole Whip, and he has
really?
he has the actual recipe for Dole Whip, and then also the add rum to the Dole Whip and make it as delicious for some.
They've started
But
doing
yeah,
that at
it's
Disney.
great.
Yeah. They've started adding shots of alcohol,
Oh,
which
wow.
I didn't get to try, but yeah. Nice.
I'm good with just the regular Dole Whip.
Yeah, they're both good.
Oddly.
I'm good with both. I'm like,
I did see
I've-
that
I've-
on their app they released a recipe for it, but it included ice cream. But I think the real Dole Whip is dairy free. I thought
It's
so.
dairy free. That's
Yeah.
correct. They're keeping the secrets.
Yeah.
The
But I'm
Disney
sure it's still
magic.
good with ice cream.
Yeah.
What's better, Tower of Terror or the new Guardians of the Galaxy?
Okay, I haven't ridden the Guardians of the Galaxy
Okay.
yet, because I haven't been back to Disneyland in quite a few years actually. But oh goodness, the Tower of Terror in Disney World is like far beyond better than the original Tower of Terror at California Adventure. I'm sorry to say that, but have you guys been on it?
I haven't been
Not
on
the
the one on
World
the
War.
East Coast, no.
It jumps the track.
Oh, really?
It takes you on a trackless ride,
What?
and then it drops you again.
Oh.
It's unbelievable. Like the second it happened, like literally my jaw hit the floor. Because I was not expecting it, because I was like, oh, I know what this is. And then like we
Yeah.
started moving in like actual space, and like a lot of expletives happened. It was incredible.
That's awesome. What about Pirates? You were talking about how on the East Coast there isn't a restaurant there,
Mm-hmm.
but the rides are a little bit different too. Do you have a favorite Pirates ride?
Um, I don't know actually. Like I think my heart will always be at Disneyland with the Pirates ride. But when they built Disney World, they had more space. So like a lot of the queues are now interactive.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think
always nice.
Pirates is like extra. It's not like digitally interactive, but like I think there's a lot more to see. And I think the facade is prettier at Disney World. Wow, are we? I'm like going into detail about
Yeah.
like
I
yeah.
The only reason I know this is actually because of Matt Giles and my boss Brian Fosca. They are also uber Disney fans, and they talk about this a lot. And even with Matt gone, I still hear a lot about it from Brian.
Yeah.
So you're not alone. A lot of people love all these things about it.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
dresser is a annual pass holder, and she's a Disney Vacation Club member. So we have a lot to talk about at work.
That's awesome. Do you collect things too? Like, do you get all the pins and everything?
I don't collect the pins. My dresser collects the pins, but I have a pretty extensive pop collection, and I collect pretty exclusively just Disney.
Nice. Yeah, yeah. Funko.
Yeah.
That's a local to the Puget Sound company too.
That's right.
Nice.
The last time I went, I didn't even visit. I totally forgot to visit the Funko headquarters.
Oh, man.
I will eventually, one of these days.
They now have a store on Hollywood Boulevard.
That's right. It was
Yeah.
between LA and New York and LA won.
Yeah.
Which my wallet and my wife are happy that LA won.
I bet you if you wrote to them, they would have been like, "Well, maybe we should do New York."
They should, right? They should do a Broadway line. That's what I want.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
From what I understand, their focus may be on pop-up stores, so a portable
Oh, cool.
store. Right. So something that they can use in like I think the idea came from the convention circuit, the Comic-Con circuit. So now they could do because they do basically a pop-up store every time you go to Comic-Con, but now they can
Right.
maybe like do that on their own as well. So
That'd be awesome.
you may
'cause,
be
like,
seeing one. Yeah.
it still keeps it exclusive, and to be able to like go and purchase it in person, because like I actually have a lot of the Disney parks exclusives, and I've never been down to the park to go buy them because they always release them when I'm not at the parks. But if they have that, like that would be cool, because I would love the experience of like instead of like clicking, but like actually selecting the minty fresh box, because I'm an inbox collector. So that would be cool.
Yeah.
I would love that.
And their customer service is like mentality is they're all really into it. Like, so when you go to the store and you buy stuff, or you go to the Comic-Con and buy stuff, they chat you up, they take pictures. There's like all this whole like Instagram following, that whole experience only exists when you go in person.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
for collectors, that's like part of it.
I tried to go to Comic-Con, like 2 years ago. I'd never been to one before. I went to the New York Comic-Con by myself. Nobody else wanted to go with me. And like I tried to go do the lottery to get into the Funko booth, and I couldn't get in. So like I kind of sat outside like a sad puppy and just watched everyone as they like came out with their exclusives, and I was like, "Oh, that looks awesome. Please don't try to sell me that for $700, but I'll pay you what you paid for." Didn't happen. Never happened.
Do you have one? Is there one of you or your character?
There is one. No, I've actually there are quite a few people on Instagram who are they do exclusively like custom Broadway pops, and I've reached out to like a bunch of them, and they've never responded. So I think I'm on a mission now to make my own.
We need to fix
I have one of
this.
the DIY ones. Yeah.
We need to fix this.
Yeah.
My costume is beautiful, and I'd
is.
love to have like a Iago Broadway pop.
All
That's
right,
my
I'm gonna
goal
start
in
a
life.
letter writing campaign or a
There we
tweet
go.
Yeah.
fest.
GoFundMe. We need about $30.
Yeah.
So funny. Let's see what
That's
we can
awesome. All right.
Tiger King. We talked about Tiger King.
Oh, we.
do.
So
Oh, jeez.
That's, Mason's the only one that can have a conversation. I think I'm only one episode in still, but we talk about it. Yeah,
I'm holding out. I'm like
No
not quite.
spoilers.
I'm not quite done with my other binging, so I have like another week of catching up on other shows.
What do you like about it?
Without spoiling too much, I like how the focus shifts so much that there's no real protagonist or antagonist. You kind of start to feel so many feelings toward these. I'm going to call them characters because like they totally are, and you don't like. I think I'm reading too far into this, but like I couldn't discern who was right. If anyone is right.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating to like kind of go on that emotional journey, because when you pop in that first episode and you're like, oh, this is going to be like a crazy good fun time, and then they start like getting really deep. It's really interesting. This new fan theory I'm loving though. Yeah, if once you binge it, look for it. It's this new conspiracy theory that the fans are going through, and I'm shook, as the kids say.
Oh, that's good. I'm gonna write that one down. It'll add to my popularity. Shook.
There you go.
Wait, is this the Carol Baskins and her husband theory, or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with spoilers. I don't know about Joel, but
I don't care. I think the ride. I think it's the Tiger King is about the ride. It's not about like necessarily the spoiler. Yeah.
Yeah. It's about the experience.
yeah.
It's good. I'm buying into this new conspiracy theory.
Oh, you are. So Mason turned his camera off. I've been seeing like for deliveries at people's house, like a yes/no question. Have you seen that around? Are you doing that at your house, like having your delivery people? I don't know how many deliveries you're getting, but vote on whether or not she killed her husband.
Have you seen that?
Oh no, I've not seen that. I should start doing it.
There'll be a page they put up on their door like yes and no, who killed Carol, and so they stack the packages on the side that they think who did it.
Yeah,
it's great.
Oh,
it's hilarious.
That's hysterical. I love that.
Yeah.
I should start doing.
It is pretty funny. I agree, though. I had trouble finding, just in that first episode, who was right or wrong, or who was the main protagonist or antagonist. Because I still feel like Carol is, I guess, not breeding them, but she's still charging admission to kind of show them off and exploit them a little bit.
And
I wasn't
everyone
sure.
that works for her is a volunteer. Like, where does that money go?
Wow, right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of it goes to food, I'm sure, but after
Probably.
that, where does it go? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved it. I'm going to say I loved Tiger King.
Nice.
All right, I'm watching it. Man. This is not the first time this has come up, and I've been like left out in the cold. I'm like, all right, I gotta catch up.
I'm sorry.
It's time.
No, you're fine. No apologies. No apologies. My own foolish choices.
That's what happens. I've actually been getting into BoJack Horseman. Did you watch that?
I haven't watched it. Everyone says that I would love it, and I think that's my next venture.
I was surprised because I tried watching it when it first came out, and I watched like 1 or 2 episodes, and I was like, nah, whatever. But yeah, just like you, a lot of people are like, it's so good, it's so good. So I gave it another shot just a couple weeks ago, and I'm already in like season 5. It is so good, and there are so many poignant moments, and it's very adult, but in a soul-searching way, which I find good entertainment.
Nice.
But there's Tiger King too.
We should mix the two together.
Yeah. Also, I haven't watched Onward yet. Did you watch that?
I did. I loved it. I thought it was so great.
Nice.
We were saving that. Lucy and I were talking about saving that for a group video or watch. We haven't gotten to it yet.
Nice.
Onward. Okay.
Do you play D&D?
Do I play D&D?
Yeah.
I don't.
No. Okay. Because it's sort of that theme, right?
Yeah, I didn't know Wizards of the Coast was still around.
Yeah.
But like they give them a special thank you at the end of the at the end of the credits because I think they did some consulting on the show or on the movie.
Makes sense. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah. I've just started, well, a couple years ago, but we only play like twice a year. Playing with some local friends around here.
Nice.
Oh, do you know LB Morse?
Yes, I
Yeah.
love LB.
Yeah, and then Matt Starrett. I don't know who's it. Yeah.
Yep.
So they're in my group, and Matt is the DM, so I'm learning a lot. But since all of theater is shut down, we've had a lot of time, and we've been doing it like once a week now. So what used to be like twice a year, we're just doing on the regular.
So you're like fully immersed now. Into
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So now I'm a level 6 druid, halfling.
I bet it's good. I bet that's good, right? That's a good thing.
I'm having fun. That's the important part.
Good. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, again, thank you so much for coming on. It's always a pleasure to see you, and I really do appreciate you coming on.
Thank you so much. I anytime I get to talk to you, it's always a good time.
Oh, thanks.
Oh.
You can find him at Don Darryl Rivera on Instagram or on Cameo, Don Darryl Rivera. Also, go to his Cameo. It's awesome, and it's benefiting Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS. AIDS.
That's right.
AIDS.
Right.
Sorry.
That's right.
Yeah, I can talk. But it's a good cause, and it's an awesome thing. So,
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks for coming. Bye.
Take care. Bye. Well, that was fun. We lost
That was fun.
Mason, though. I don't know
Oh,
where
yeah,
he
that
went.
was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he's prepping for tonight's show for Tim's.
It's possible.
I think I wrote down.
Possible. Or the battery died.
Yeah, that could be too. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'm just gonna say I'll see you on Thursday. We're not doing daily this week because I think I'm sort of reevaluating my schedule. Unemployment has been busy for some reason, so I'm hoping to do Thursday,
We're not
Friday
busy
this week,
enough.
and then
We're
we'll
not busy enough, so now you have to get busier. Like,
yeah. But yeah, check out Dennis Millam Bincy on Thursday. He's an author, and he does wigs. I think I can say he did Jinx Monsoon's wigs, which is pretty cool, and I think still does. And he also has some great books about his life. And then on Friday, Corey Gray from the LIGO Institute. I've been thinking of space questions, and
yeah.
I'm not smart enough. I need to do some more research to talk to him.
This is definitely the smarter side of
Yeah.
not that there's any not smart side of studying space, but this is on the super smart spectrum. I think.
Yeah.
It's fair to say.
And I'm friends with his brother and sister-in-law, and so we've actually done a few Thanksgivings together, and I love to pick his brain.
Oh, cool.
He's a great guy, and he's also very good at Trivial Pursuit. Maybe I'll have a few questions for him. So he's good.
That's awesome.
Cool. Well,
been a while.
thanks everybody. We'll see you on Thursday, 1 p.m.
Bye.
Bye.